Hi there. It is time, hopefully, to finally finish the game. Hopefully. The two bad endings are pretty close to each other in the sense that once you get a bad ending, after getting the proper full good ending shouldn't take more than maybe 30 to 40 minutes at most. So I'm really hoping we can fully finish the game today after 6 months. Oh god. Or maybe 7 by this point, I don't know anymore. Time is fake. Anyways, pause the music, increase a bit the volume of this, and let's continue. Many colors. Make sure to remember the trippiness of this home screen. Remember this. Okay. I'm not fully sure on in which part we left. Like what the characters wanted to do now. I forgot. It stinks in here what happened. What a start! I remember that happening, but I don't know what was the next step after that.
ちょっととは平気なの？
He doesn't care. I nod. Then he tilts his head in visible confusion.
とはちょっと雰囲気が変わったんじゃない？何かあった？
Also, this is very low. Let me put it higher. Maybe not that much. Something like that. She's not alright. I would say he's better now after having a talk with Fujieda, but yeah, the way he's treating like, yeah, that happened. Anyways, is not healthy.
やっぱりそう思うよな。
Taku nod and he retrieved the first aid kit.
やだ、すっごい気になるじゃない。何なの？
なんでもない。
Whatever you say, man.
嘘でしょ。
Ray shot back indignantly. Beside him, Taku started treating my wounds.
いろいろ気になるところだが、部屋の片付けを頼めるか。
Maybe
俺もトアの処置が終わったら手伝う。
maybe the button should...
もちろん、トアもだぞ。
Shut up for a second, Taku, please. I'm trying to see the labels. Please. Maybe like that.
ってそうよ、昼休みがなくなっちゃうわ。もうほんとオイル臭い。
Ray rolled up his sleeves and walked over to the mess of canvases.
これ、お前がやったんじゃないよな。
Oh yeah, he did. Ah no, the bandages. I thought he meant the canvas mess. Anyways, Taku peered intently at the bandages on my body.
あ
しっかりと処置されてる。これなら俺がやり直さなくてもいいだろう。
With that, he set the first aid kit on the coffee table and walked off to go help Ray. I looked down at the bandages Fujieda applied. Frankly, I was impressed with his handiwork. After that, Taku and Ray called me over to come help with the cleanup. He's finally cleaning! Oh wow, the room actually looks clean after all of that mess. I think we have seen his room clean in this route maybe like 3 times. By the time we'd finished, though we couldn't completely erase the turpentine smell, lunch was nearly over.
一応なんとかなったわね。
Read it out a set of relief while Taku sat slumped in the chair, exhausted. I have done a fair bit of work myself, so I reclined on the sofa and had a smoke.
とは冷蔵庫にご飯入れておいたから時間があるときに食べてね。
わかった。
ね
Showing his resolve, Ray look at us.
え、高里組を襲撃したのってやっぱりあいつかしら。
確かにある人物じゃないかとは言われてるが。
I mean, after he kidnapped you, I think they are talking about Madarame. Like, it's pretty obvious.
それって
But no, but I don't think Towa cares about his lungs, to be honest.
最近幽霊だなんだと噂になってる男だ。
As he massaged his shoulder with one hand, Taku shot a side glance at me. I exhaled cigarette smoke without responding, then looked at Ray.
レイ、榊から連絡はあったか？
He looked at me in surprise, then stared down awkwardly at his feet.
うん。榊さん、襲撃があってから行方不明なんでしょ？連絡してみる？
いや、いい。連絡があったら教えてくれ。
わかった。
He nodded friendfully.
とは、お前はどうなんだ？部屋もひどいありさまで怪我もしてるし、また悪夢を見たりしたのか？
The fact that he thinks a nightmare can... Wait, sorry, I keep coughing, hold on. I drank a decent amount of water earlier too. Anyways, the fact that he thinks a nightmare can cause him to make all this mess and to hurt himself this badly, it's very worrying, because that means at some point in the past that may have happened. Oh god.
特には。
本当か？
ああ。
Taku looked at me suspiciously.
あの洋館で何をしてたのか、何があったのか、思い出した。
Instantly their expression shifted.
何？
過去を思い出したの？
ああ。いつかはこうなるってこと分かってただろ。
The music. Taku looked away. His brow frowned deeply.
兵器なのか？何か不調が起きたりは？
前と変わらないな。
本当か？
ああ。
I nodded insistently. He still didn't look convinced, but he sighed and lowered his gaze.
そうか。
To me, his low voice sounded a tiny bit relief. Then he raised his head and looked at Ray.
さ、そろそろ下へ戻るぞ。
え、でも。
ほら、行った行った。
Ray frowned recondantly as Taku showed him towards the exit. Then he looked over his shoulder at me.
とは、もし何かあったらすぐ呼べよ。
I nodded, and the two of them left the room. There is a scene that I'm really looking forward to appear because I love it so much. It's going to take a while, but I'm so looking forward to it. Fujieda returned to my apartment around 3 p.m. He looked right up to me as I sat on the sofa and explained the details surrounding I can read the Takasata tart. It was basically the same conversation I had had with Taku and Ray, except Fujieda appeared to have more to say.
何か分かったのか？
ああ、
マヤが入院していた新興味総合病院を調べたところ、当時マヤの担当だった看護師がまだ勤務していることが分かった。その看護師に話を聞きに行こうかと思ったんだが、長谷川さんのことを思うとな。
Yeah. His expressions clouded over.
うかつに接触するわけにはいかないだろう。
そうだな。
Fujieda had tried to protect Hasegawa by sending her to a hospital on the mainland, but in the end she died regardless. And the Takasato women were probably keeping tabs on these nurses too. Right as a heavy silence was settling in, the door opened and Taku peeked in.
とはどうだ調子は。
Then he saw Fujieda and frowned. Fujieda inclined his head in a wordless greeting.
また何かあったのか。ええ。
So let me do one thing quickly. Okay. Just then his face lit up with some sort of idea, and he looked at Taku.
村瀬先生。お知り合いに新興味総合病院に勤めている方はいらっしゃいませんか。
The sudden question put Taku on guard. He stared back dubiously, then not.
まあいるにはいるが。キーさんという女性の看護師に会いたいのですが、ご存知ですか。うん。キーさんはマヤさんの担当だったそうですね。
He knows. Taku fixed Fujieda with a hard, silent look. He didn't say a word about Hasegawa's death, but he didn't need to. It was written all over his face.
分かっています。なので私たちが動くわけにはいかないと思い、どうしようかと。
Taku averted his gaze pensively, then looked back at Fujieda.
俺が聞いてこよう。いいんですか。俺ならそれほど怪しまれることなくキーさんと会うことができる。でもなぜ急に。
I too was puzzled by Taku's proposal. All this time he was staunchly opposed to me investigating my past. So why did he suddenly feel like cooperating?
ドアが過去を思い出したと。
I mean, now that he knows there is nothing to hide, or like try to hide him, so he glanced at me sadly.
それなら隠し通す必要もない。
Yep.
いずれ知れることだ。わかりました。それではお願いできますか。まあ。
Taku nodded and pulled his phone out of the pocket of his white lab coat.
キーさん、村瀬です。お久しぶりです。今は大丈夫ですか。ええ、実は。
So Towa still has the reaction to whenever he hears like the word okay. I don't remember when that changed, if it changed. Then after a brief exchange, he hung up.
すぐに行けば時間が取れるそうだ。同行しても病院の前までで構いません。分かった。車で行くぞ。
Muttering brusquely, Taku left the room. I look up at the clock on the wall. If we left right now, we probably wouldn't make it back in time for the start of the evening appointments, and yet Taku was willing to help us anyway.
準備があるだろう。先に外へ行っている。
With that, Fujieda left the room too. I rose from the sofa and headed to the bathroom. You need a new mirror, my man. I washed my face and gazed at the last remaining fragments of the mirror. This face held vestiges of Maya, but now I could accept it without getting emotional. I gazed at myself for a long moment, then stepped out of the bathroom. I got dressed, put on my coat, and left the apartment. By the way, hi there, Alex. Downstairs, I left the building through the front entrance. Squinting into the bright light of the pale sky, I realized all those persistent symptoms I have endured were gone now. Sorry. Externally, my wounds still ached, but on the inside, I felt fine. Meanwhile, Taku and Fujieda were already waiting for me in the car. I walked over and hopped into the back seat. At Shinkome General Hospital, Taku parked the car in an alley nearby and hopped out. Likewise, Fujieda and I followed suit. Then Taku headed off to the hospital to meet with Ki. The building was several times bigger than our puny clinic. Together, Fujieda and I leaning against the alley wall and gazed at it.
記憶が戻ったこと話したんだな。
ああ、
その後体調はどうだ？特に大きな変化はないのか？
ない。
それならよかった。
He let out a sign of relief. The conversation petered out and the silence fell. 30 minutes later, Taku returned.
聞いてきたぞ。
He walked up to us with a sour look on his face.
キーさんの様子は？
Fujieda took a step forward as he spoke.
普通だったな。長谷川さんのように怯えていることもなかった。が、どうして今さらそんなことを聞くのかって顔はしていた。
それは当然そう思うでしょうね。
うん。ただ知っていることはほとんどないそうだ。聞けたのはマヤさんの入院中、身の回りの世話をしている男がいたってことと、マヤさんはよく日記をつけていたと。
日記。
Could it be? The first thing that came to mind was the paper sent to me in that cardboard box.
身の回りの世話をしていた男というのは？
年は40前後で堂々としていて物腰が丁寧な男だったらしい。
先代組長高里龍次郎ではなく？
違うだろうな。マヤさんに対して敬語で常に敬意を払っているようだったと。
榊か。
かもしれん。
日記は今はどこに？
So Sakaki and Maya were pretty close.
それもわからないと言っていた。聞けたのはこのくらいだ。
ありがとうございます。
例よりこのことは他言無用だ。キーさんを守りたければな。
ええ。
Fujieda nodded stiffly.
それじゃ俺はクリニックへ戻るが、お前たちはどうする？
寄りたいところがあるのでここで。
分かった。くれぐれも妙な動きはするなよ。
分かっています。
He thought, why? I don't know why my throat is so... I have drunk water and I have coughed several times today to clean it, but it is not working. He thought a hard look at us as a final warning, then got back into his car. The giant running to life and drove off, and he drove off.
榊に連絡してみるか。
あ、
I pulled my phone from my coat pocket and dialed Ray's number.
Towa, どうしたの?
It's interesting that they are trying to get in touch with Sakaki, kind of, by seeing if he is contacting Ray. Like, you have his number, Towa.
榊に連絡してほしい。
いいけど何かあったの？
頼む。榊がどこにいるのか知りたい。
分かった。かけ直すからちょっと待ってて。
With that, he hung up on me. I waited for a while, and sure enough, he called back.
つながったわ。居場所も聞き出した。今から位置情報を送るから一緒に行きましょう。
あ、
The call ended, and then got a message containing GPS coordinates.
榊がどこにいるか分かった。
行こ
Here we go. The GPS indicated a residential area in District C, easily within walking distance. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the last exploration part. Do you say anything
Okay.
else? According to the GPS, Sakaki isn't that far away from here. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty close. Yep. I hope it's not the whole building. We arrived at an upper class condo building. I knew for a fact that this wasn't Sakaki's primary residence, so apparently he had a few. When we got there, we found Ray standing out front. Fujieda chose to wait outside, so Ray and I headed in without him. Ray enters the room number on the keypad, and the automatic door slid open. Hidermizo. From there we took the elevator to the third floor, then walked down the hallway to the door at the very end. Ray looked at me anxiously. With a nod, he pressed the doorbell. The door opened and a deeply fatigued Sakaki peeked out. I had never seen him so drained before.
トワも一緒か。
He looked at me and narrowed his eyes sharply.
ええ、まずかったかしら。
いや、構わねえ。入れ。
With that, he stepped away from the door. Ray and I exchanged a wordless glance, then walked in.
ちょっとそこの部屋で待っててくれねえか。
Sakaki pointed to a room, then walked off down the hall. The two of us did as instructed. The room was furnished with a sofa and a coffee table, but they looked brand new and particularly unused. A tense silence descended as we waited for him to return. Then the door opened. Ray blinked in surprise. It was Eiji.
トワさん、レイさん、こんにちは。
I frowned at the unexpected guest. What was Eiji doing here? He walked over to us casually, almost like we were at roost.
なんでお前がここにいるんだって思ってます？僕、一応榊さんの子分ですから。ね。
He crouched down and slid his backpack to the floor. Then he unzipped it and started digging through it. I had a bad feeling about where he was going. I glanced at Ray, who was watching Eiji carefully.
トワさん、トワさん、見てください。これ。
He straightened up, his tone generally cheerful for the occasion. When I looked over at him, I saw he was wearing a gas mask.
これ、かっこよくないですか？
I don't like where this is going.
友達がカスタムしたやつなんですけど、あんまりかっこよかったんで買い取ったんですよ。一点物なんです。
I wonder if he got this mask from the guys from Clean Dishes. I wonder.
そうか。
Meanwhile, the obnoxious feeling in my chest continued to swell.
でも、こういうのってなかなか使う機会がないんですよね。
I mean, what I have seen so far in the translated part of the game, they don't, but I wouldn't be surprised if they deal with cleaning stuff.
だから使うなら今だと思って持ってきたんです。
What do you mean? This is the perfect opportunity. This gave me a pause, and I looked at him sharply.
どういう意味だ
I couldn't see his expression behind the gas mask, but when I saw the object in his hands, and I understood everything all at once.
こういう意味です。
トワ逃げて
Instantly, Ray saw it edge away. At the same time, Eiji pulled the pin on the containers in his hands, a grenade. Pulled the pin on the canister in his hands, a grenade.
ちょっと
I sealed my nose and mouth with my coat sleeve, but it was too late. The pungent chemical smell stuck my eyes and throat, and I started coughing hard. Tears streamed unbidden from my eye, blurring my vision. Then my legs gave out, and I fell to my knees. Likewise, Ray was on the floor, coughing. I couldn't breathe. My lungs expanded, desperate for oxygen, but my breath was growing shallow. My vision doubled, tripled, quadrupled, until eventually I couldn't see anything at all. I could feel someone dragging my body, but I didn't have the strength to fight it. They stuffed me into a cramped space. The area started to vibrate, and after that I felt weightless, like I was being carried away. A car. Apparently they were driving me somewhere.
トワさん
Yay, my favorite scene! Through my hazy vision, I could vaguely see Eiji waving at me with a smile.
平気ですか？手荒なことしちゃってごめんなさい。
なんでお前
無理に喋らない方がいいですよ。体動かないでしょ。
His tone was perfectly casual.
せっかくだしネタばらししちゃいますね。実は僕ずっと前から榊さんの計画のことを知ってたんです。
計画
ええ、榊さんずっと前からある計画を実行していたんですよ。その話を聞かせてもらって面白いなって。それで榊さんに協力してたんです。僕新興民に戻ってきたまだらめさんのことも知ってたんです。けど榊さんに死なれたら困るじゃないですか。面白くなくなって。だからまだらめさんが高里組を襲撃するって情報を教えてあげたんです。
That's how he's able to escape, even when the plan was going fine on his route. Why he was able to get into a car and try to run away.
お前まだらめとも組を裏切ってたのか。
厳密にはちょっと違いますね。
With a meaningful smile, he pressed his index fingers to his lips.
僕は高里組に雇われてはいましたけど忠誠を誓っていたわけではないですから。ただいろいろと面白くなればいいなって。
There was a pregnant pause, and then he continued.
僕ね、この新興味が心底本当に大好きなんです。こんなに何でもありでカオスになりながらもそれなりのルールで動いてる街って他にあります？この街は細い針の上でフラフラと揺れながら立ってるみたいに危うい均衡を保ち続けている不思議な街なんです。こんなの作ろうと思ってもなかなか作れませんよ。だから僕この街をできるだけ守りたいんです。そのままの状態でね。高里組だとか本土だとか僕にとってはどうでもいい。大事なのは新興味が新興味であるということ、それだけなんです。でもね、
He pulled off his headwear, and for the first time I got a clear look at his face. Beside his toffee grin, I could see an eerie glint in his eyes.
この街をここまで面白くしたのって誰なのか 知ってます？マヤさんなんですよ。それがあったから僕は榊さんの計画に協力することにしたんです。第二のマヤさんが現れたらこの町は一体どうなるんだろうって。
The second advent of Maya?
榊さんの言いつけでトワさんのこともずっと見守ってましたよ。日頃のトワさんの言動を榊さんへ定期的に報告してましたし。
Desperately, I struggled to stay conscious, but my heavy eyelid refused to stay open. I had hit my limit.
トワさん、僕楽しみにしてますから。
I love Eiji so much. I think, like, this is the scene that I was like, oh, so this is why everyone likes Eiji so much. Naruhodo. That was the last thing I heard before I descended into the darkness. Like, he's such a nice character. He's still a pretty neat character, you have to agree with that. The instant I opened my eyes, the intense pain made me wince. I sputtered and gasped for breath. My nose and throat ached, and my eye was watery and sore. Enduring the pain, I sat up and looked around. I tried to stand, but my body wouldn't move. My hands were tied up. The smell of dust and smoke glowed my nostrils. Just then, a blinking flash stole my vision. The light stabbed into my eye, and I squeezed it shut on reflex. Then it was gone again. Slowly, I opened my eye and looked around. I recognized this room. The giant bed, the old-fashioned light fixture hanging from the ceiling, all of it. This was the room that haunted me in my dreams, the room where I spent my childhood, and the room where I remembered everything. As I zoomed out, I heard what sounded like a loudspeaker crack to life. My heart nearly burst through my ribcage. My vision warped, and I nearly forgot to breathe. That voice. It was. All at once, my body broke out in cold sweat, and my limbs went numb. I couldn't breathe. My vision flashed and went dark. Stop. Please stop. All I could do was gasp for breath. I couldn't move. I was powerless. Powerless. Just stop, please. No. Just then, I heard footsteps close by.
思い出したか。
The next thing I knew, Sakaki was standing beside me. Trembling in the agony, I looked up at him.
今の声は生前に録音したマヤとお前の記録だ。
Instead of looking at me, he faded forward as he spoke.
お前はマヤの生まれ変わりなんだ。とは。過去に関係するものをお前に送りつけたのは俺だ。
Chan chan chan! This is why I don't like him. I hate him more than Tono.
お前のところに最初の荷物が届いた日はお前がユーフォリアとして初めて人を殺した日だったんだよ。
どういうことだ。
お前が直接手を下していなくともお前と接触したせいでユーフォリアの相手が死んだ。これはお前がマヤになる大きな一歩を踏み出したということだ。
I will point this out before we continue. ¿Cómo se llamaba? I forgot. Phrase. The first guy. He also died. He needs to die in order for us to play Madrame's route. And at the very beginning on Madrame's route, Towa is told that he has received a package, but because he is so, focused on the fact that he can't draw and there is the possibility that Madrame is out there, he doesn't care about the package, but he also sent it on Madrame's route. His lips curled in a thin smile and as he made his solemn declaration.
マヤの命日を前にして俺は賭けをすることにした。お前が荷物の意味に気づいて自分から過去を求めるなら計画を進めようと。
But because on Madrame's route, he was kidnapped. He chose to step back, I suppose.
計画。
第二のマヤを誕生させる計画だ。
Was this what Eiji was talking about back in the car? Slowly, Sakaki turned to look at me. His eyes were utterly devoid of emotion. His smoke showed no sign of life.
もしお前が荷物に気づかなければ、俺は何もせずに手を引くつもりだった。だが、俺は半ば確信していた。お前が過去に関わるものを目にしたとき、動かずにはいられないだろうと。そして、お前は本当にマヤの予言通りに動いた。やはりマヤの言うことは絶対なんだよ。お前はマヤの分身だからな。当然といえば当然の結果だろう。実際お前は荷物の中に入っていた日記の紙片を見て生稲、朝倉、桐原と自分の関係性に気づいた。この計画はお前が自分で過去を思い出さなければ何の意味もないものだった。マヤはお前がお前自身の意志でマヤと同じ道を歩むことを望んでいたからだ。ずっと俺はこの時を待っていた。
Sakaki's voice grew loud and emotional as his screen widened.
お前に送りつけた紙片はマヤの日記の一部だ。特にお前の興味を引くであろう部分、お前の体に残る大きな傷跡について書かれたページを選んだ。お前が過去を思い出すまで静観するつもりだった。 だが想定外の存在が現れた。フジエダだ。
He spatted out, his eyes glinting darkly.
あいつは行方不明の妹を探しているうちにマヤとお前にたどり着いたらしいな。妹はマヤが店で扱っていた商品の一人だったんだろうくらいに思ってた。もしあいつがお前の邪魔をするようならすぐにでも排除しようと思ってもいた。だがあいつもお前が過去を思い出すことを望んだ。それはそれでいいだろうと思っていたら、よりにもよってあの悪魔メイの兄だということが分かった。
His voice and expression were both dripping with content.
だったら生かしておく必要はねえからな。殺そうとしたんだ。
Suddenly, he regained his usual composure and smiled faintly.
マヤの音声記録はまだある。続きを聞こうじゃないか。
やめろ。
But he ignored me and started tapping on his cell phone.
あなたには私のすべてを伝えようと思っていたの。
As soon as the voice left the speaker and reached my ears, a scolded spinning headache set in. I struggled to breathe. The room began to spin.
でも悲しいことに邪悪な存在があなたの心をかき乱した。あの少女メイよ、彼女は本当に邪悪だった。私はすぐに彼女をあなたから引き離した。その方が彼女のためにもいいと思った。邪悪な心と体から解き放たれた方が彼女自身も楽になるだろうって。でも遅かった。あなたの魂は彼女によって邪悪に染まり、私にも悪意を受けるようになった。ハルト、どうか思い出して。私とあなたが望めば、この世のありとあらゆるものは私たちの思い通りになる。人の心はとても柔らかくて、一握りの砂のようなものなの。だから触れる時には気をつけなければいけない。
Does that line sound familiar? Isn't that the line that plays every time we start the game? She was there from the beginning.
でも私たちがうまく触れれば思う通りの形になる。そうすれば何でもできる。砂遊びだと考えれば簡単よ。無数に存在している砂を好きなようにこねて自分の気に入った形にするだけ。もし気に入らなければ潰してしまえばいい。ただ砂が崩れて消えるだけだもん。潰された砂だっていつまでもこねくり回されている。解放された方が早く楽になれる。不幸になる人なんていない。みんなが幸せになれる方法なの。私はあなたにもその幸せを知ってほしかった。私のように。あの少女のせいで私から離れれば自由になれると思い込んでしまった。かわいそうな子だから。私は最後 榊にお願いをしたの。私の代わりにあの子に本当の幸せを教えてほしいと。
The fact that in her last few days she was preparing this until the very end of her life.
あなたが無事に第二の私になれるようにお願いしたの。本当は私もそばにいたかったけれど、悔しいことだ。もう時間がないの。だから空の向こうからあなたを見守っているわ。大丈夫よ、大丈夫。心配しないで。すべていい方向へ向かう。あなたならできる。何も怖くないわ。私の可愛いハルト。どうか幸せになってね。私とあなたで喜びを。
Nothingness. Emptiness. It felt like my entire identity had been erased in an instant.
今聞いた通りだ。すべての元凶は柚木芽衣、藤枝の妹だ。
Sakaki groaned bitterly.
あの娘はお前に邪悪な欲望を吹き込み、挙句の果てにマヤに歯向かうという悪魔の意志まで植え付けていった。お前がマヤよりも先にメイを思い出してしまうのはまずかった。お前にとってメイよりもマヤの存在が大きくなきゃいけなかったからな。
俺がメイを思い出すとマヤへの憎しみも思い出すからか。
そんなことあっちゃならないんだ。お前は未だにあの悪魔の毒に蝕まれてるんだよ。
Suddenly, Sakaki started screaming, but after a moment he regained his early count the manor once more.
だからずっと藤枝を監視していた。長谷川に接触したと知った時は少し焦ったよ。あの女はメイを知っているからな。すぐに用済みになったから始末したが、こうも考えた。
So he's obviously responsible for what happened to her.
メイの記憶には必ずマヤがついて終わる。切り離すことはできない。それならいっそのことをどっちでもいいからさっさと思い出した方がいい。
生稲、朝倉、桐原もあんたの仕業か。
ああ、まあ殺さなくてもよかったんだが、ちょっとした演出だ。衝撃的な方がより因縁めいたものを感じるだろう。藤枝もお前もそれで諦めるような玉じゃねえだろうしな。探していた相手が次々と死んでいくなんてな、なかなか熱い展開だろう。むしろ燃え上がっちまったんじゃねえか。
He's the worst. Also, yeah, I agree. Maya as a character, it's pretty well done and constructed, and the way they present her, it's very, very well done. But oh man! Chuckled gratefully, then spread his arms out passionately.
マヤはな、本当にすごい人間だった。完璧だったんだよ。人を魅了する天才でな。自分の美貌や言葉、仕草、呼吸の一つまで相手にどんな風に伝わるかを全て分かってやがった。そ それでいて野心家だった。自分の望みを叶えるためならどんなことでもやった。無論殺しもだ。親父の女になってからは高里組の人間だろうとなんだろうと邪魔になったら殺した。一切の迷いもためらいもなく。そりゃあ見事な手腕だったよ。だがこのことはごく一部の人間しか知らなかった。
My man, you fell for the trap.
俺にはな、マヤが直々に話してくれたんだ。俺が信頼できる人間だと最初から見抜いてたと言ってな。マヤは本当に周りをよく見ていた。俺は昔からこいつはただものじゃねえと思ってた。マヤがいなくなっちまった途端、新興味はダメになった。方針をめぐって組でも抗争が起きた。本当にマヤはすごい女だったんだよ。
随分な入れ込みようだな。
Starting to breathe, I glare up at him, my lips curled in a sneer.
マヤと寝たのか。
Instantly his expressions changed.
見くびるんじゃねえ。マヤはそんな安い女じゃねえんだ。
Murdering, manipulating people, doing a lot of horrible stuff to kids. That's fine, but don't call her that. That's not good.
ただひたすら神々しいんだ。全てにおいて完璧だった。
Yeah, pretty much. That's why, like, I don't like him. Tono is a pain in the ass, but Tono is a scary cat. If you put him in danger, he will run away. Sagaki's next level horrible.
俺は陰でずっとマヤのために働いていた。マヤがどこまで上り詰めるのか、それを見届けたかったんだ。
He has been faking all these years to take care of Towa, and having a close look at him, just in case he will get a chance to get Maya back. He's horrible.
それはもう叶わねえ願いだと思ってたんだが、今はお前がいる。お前の生き方はマヤそっくりだ。
Smiling, he looked at me.
とは俺の願いを叶えてくれ。マヤのように。マヤはお前が殺したも同然なんだぞ。お前に拒否する権利はねえ。
俺が殺した。
そのことはまだ思い出してねえのか。
He fixed me with a sympathetic frown. Then the smile returned.
マヤはお前が殺したんだ。
As far as I knew, my mother died falling down a flight of stairs.
お前が突き落としたんだよ。
I pushed her?
思い出したか。だからお前がマヤにならなきゃならねえんだ。
My vision pitched sideways. I lost my balance and put a hand to the floor to catch myself. Sweat streamed down my forehead. Just then something flashed through my mind. An image of my mother chasing me with a knife, her expressions downright demonic with rage. It was after I found out the true significance of May's disappearance. The second I rebelled against her, she attacked me. So I fled down the hallway, running. Ahead of me, the floor seemed to vanish into thin air. No, it was just a staircase. I didn't have time to think. I look over my shoulder. My mother's knife slams my arm. Pain streamed through me. In a desperate panic, I grab her by the wrist and tug. Then I push her towards the stairs. That single moment was burned into my retina with a painting frozen in time. Like a painting frozen in time. My mother's face just before she fell. In her widened eyes. I could see my own warped reflection. It's... My mother's voice reverberated in my head. It's not scary. It's not scary at all. But it's your fault. It's your fault I died. It's okay. Just make it up to me. It's not that scary. Just make it up to me. You are going to replace me. You will replace me.
大丈夫
You will take over. Sakaki laughed and exclaimed in sheer delight.
そうだマヤが死んだのはお前のせいだお前が殺したんだだからお前はマヤにならなきゃならねえ今こそお前はマヤに生まれ変わるんだ
As I lay calm on the floor, he grabbed me by the arm and held me up.
さあ来い
I tried to send him off, but my body was too weak. I couldn't fight it with my vision spinning out of control. He started to drag me off.
止まれ
Just then, a sharp, icy voice rang out. I looked up and squinted through my fuzzy vision until the figure came into focus. It was Fujieda.
お前
トワから離れろ
どうしてここに
お前の車がエートックの方へ走っていくのを見ておそらくこの館へ向かっているのだろうと予測した
Fujieda looked at me.
泉君は無事だ村瀬先生のところへ連れて行った
Sakaki clenched his tongue and withdrew a gun from his jacket.
死ね
Reflexively, Fujieda hit the floor, dodging the bullet. As he tried to get up, however, Sakaki pointed the gun at him. Before he could fire a second shot, I grabbed the hand that was holding my arm and pulled him sideways as hard as I could. The gunshot rang out. Fujieda clenched his shoulder and winced.
外したか
榊
He jumped to his feet and charged at Sakaki. His fist collided with Sakaki's face.
今度こそ
With one hand still gripping my arm, Sakaki attempted to aim the gun with the other. Shouting, I tackled him. He staggered, and the two of us tumbled to the floor. Meanwhile, Fujieda ran in and grabbed his gun hand. When Fujieda swung his other fist, Sakaki pulled his hand away from me in order to block it.
邪魔するんじゃね
Gripping each other's arms, they glared at each other at point blank range.
えお前らは兄弟揃って邪魔ばっかりしやがる
As his skin, Sakaki shook out Fujida's grasp. Then he used his free hand to punch Fujieda right in the gunshot. Every punch made Fujieda wince and recoil. For a split second, his grip on Fujieda's gun hand loosened. Sakaki used this opportunity to bash Fujieda in the face with his gun. As Fujieda staggered, Sakaki raised the gun. Using every last ounce of strength, I lunged for Sakaki's again. The third bullet slid through the empty air. Sakaki fell back to the floor. He pushed me off, his expression thickened with fury. This was Fujieda's chance, and he took it. He grabbed Sakaki's gun hand, then used his free hand to punch him in the face. But the pain of the gunshot seemed to be taking its toll. His expression was pale and his breathing was ragged. Out of nowhere, Sakaki reached back into his jacket and pulled out a knife. Wait. Gasping in surprise, Fujieda barely managed to jump backwards in time to dodge.
苦し紛れか
Sakaki swung the knife and Fujieda recoiled. However, Fujieda froze and looked over his shoulders in alarm. Sakaki had backed him right to the edge of the staircase. Was that why he started brushing a knife out of nowhere? Fujieda's heel began to slip, and he reached for the handrail. With a snag sneer, Sakaki pointed the barrel of the gun at Fujieda's forehead. I don't know why they put that there, because he's not speaking anyways. Screaming, I leaped into action. I got to my feet and charged at Sakaki. Startled, he wheeled around and a gunshot rang out. He must have pulled the trigger on reflex. The bullet grazed my right arm. A sneered pain spread through me, and the wound began to throb. Rusted Sakaki walked over to me while keeping the gun trained on Fujieda. With his left hand, he tossed the knife and grabbed my right arm. His fingers dug into the gun, and I grabbed it.
動くなよ
Fujieda started to walk, but froze, glaring at Sakaki.
メイドの土産に面白い話をしてやろう。お前の妹を殺したのは俺だ。
Fujieda's eyes widened in shock.
殺すように指示したのはマヤだがな。お前の妹は悪魔の化身だ。トワを誘惑しようとした。だから殺したのは正しかった。貴様！お前も同じ場所へ行きたいだろう。行かせてやるぞ。今すぐにでもな。
With a slight grin, Sakaki looked at me. Then gestured to Fujieda with the gun.
こいつを助けたいか。
What? You put Sakaki as your profile picture too? What?
だったらマヤになることを受け入れろ。 そうすれば助けるどころか今度は殺さずに済むぞ。マヤのようにな。10秒の猶予をやる。10、9、8。
Grinding my teeth, I glared back at him.
とは
Fujieda called to me from the stairs. I could tell from the faint light in his eyes that he was trying to tell me something.
お前はユーフォリアだ。
He spoke slowly, meaningfully, as he gazed at me.
何を言うのかと思ったら当たり前のことを。
Sakaki rolled his eyes and shook his head in a dramatic display of annoyance. But he was wrong. Fujieda meant something a little different. And I understood him perfectly.
ほら、もう後がないぞ。3、2、1。
As I stared at the floor in silence.
終わりだ。
Wait, I stared at the floor in silence.
あばよ
Ay.
先生。
I mean, I prefer Eiji over Sakaki, yeah. Then, slowly, I look up.
大丈夫。
At this, Sakaki froze.
大丈夫。
I spoke softly, with a smile.
そんなことをしなくてもすべてうまくいく。
He looked at me in disbelief. His lips trembled.
もう大丈夫。何もかも私に任せればいい。
So,
大丈夫。すべて任せて。
this is where
お前、
we can go
本当に。
to the bad ending. I think you can get an idea. I still love many. What a bad ending going from this part can lead to. Bad ending first.
「マヤなのか？
Positive.
ポジティブ。そう。そう嬉しい。
なあ、
Maya,
ね
I remember everything. Is that really true?
え、ポジティブ。
If you have your memories back, then I'm happy for you. It all seems so.
おう
I see.
榊。
Hey, let me get a good look at your face. Right, of course, just a moment.
ポジティブ。嬉しい。
いや、
Don't worry,
気にするな。
you did nothing wrong.
本当？
What a relief. Indeed.
待っていた。
Maya, do you have any idea how long I have waited for this day?
ポジティブ。
Yes, I understand all too well. Oh, I see.
聞いて。
Finally, the day has come.
ああ、そうだ。俺は
All this time I have done everything exactly as you told me. As you told me to.
ポジティブ。ありがとう。
Of course.
わかった。それは
You have saved me.
榊。
It must have been so hard without me. It's alright. For you, I will do anything.
ポジティブに。心配しないで。
I will take over from here.
信じてる。
ねえ。榊。
Together, you and I.
ああ、そうだ。
Yes, together, we will fix what went wrong.
マヤ、
I still have your diary, you know.
ポジティブ。そう。
Are you sure?
ああ、
Yes, of course.
ああ。
Valuable. It is indeed. So I will admit, these demon's siblings have gone to great lengths to interfere, just as you predicted.
ポジティブに。
I suppose it doesn't matter anymore, does it?
つまらない。
We must get rid of them.
そうだな。
Yes, we will need to eliminate all the demons. So now, this is when the roots split. So, in your absence, Shinkomi has completely rotten away.
ポジティブ。ああ。
How very boring. Tell me about it, Maya. They haven't both gone delusional. Well, Sakaki, yes. But Towa is just playing into it. But if you choose this, I think you can see that it's going to go very, very, very wrong.
大丈夫。
ああ、マヤ。
One more chance.
そう。
Let us rebuild it once more. Yes, of course, Maya.
マヤ、
With you back home, we can start over from scratch.
ポジティブ。
Yes, it all starts from this moment. Precisely. It's a fresh start.
ああ。大丈夫。
From now on, everything will be okay. Yes, you're so brilliant, Maya. Change for better.
榊。
This city will be reborn. Only you have the power to transform it. It's that one, right? Yep.
マヤ。
人の心はとてもやわくて一握りの砂のようなものなの。
人の心はとてもやわくて一握りの砂のようなものなの。
だから
触れる時には 気をつけなければいけない。そう、私は新たなマヤになる。
おお、マヤだ。間違いなくマヤだ。
そう、何もかも私に委ねればいい。そう、私は大丈夫。
そうだな。これからは全てがきっとうまくいくぞ。
Just then, scarlet memories came flooding in. My vision turned crimson until I could no longer see. No. No. Yes. All right. I will do what I'm told.
おい、どうした？
お前じゃない。
Unsteadily, I leaned my body towards him, and gave him a hard shove. His skin receded into the distance until it was cut short by a shaking thumb. The other man looked at me in shock and confusion. I turned to him and slowly smiled. After that, I fell unconscious. When I next awoke, Dr. Murase and Izumi-kun were watching over me anxiously as I lay on a hospital bed at Murase Clinic. When they arrived at the mansion, they apparently found me collapsed in the hallway near the stairs. According to Dr. Murase, I must have passed out due to blood loss from the gunshot. As for Towa, he had seemingly vanished. Naturally, Dr. Murase and Izumi-kun both went looking for him, as I did, though my injuries hadn't fully healed. But no matter where we went or who we spoke to, we couldn't find him. Nearly a week has passed, but I still hadn't given up the search. I stayed in contact with Dr. Murase and Izumi-kun, and shared any relevant info I acquired, but things were starting to look bleak. Once a day, I was lying on my back on the bed, exhausted from the fruitless search. But then a thought occurred to me. Gasping, I bolted outright. Why hadn't I thought of it sooner? It was so painfully obvious. Perhaps I had subconsciously refused to consider it until now. After all, I never wanted to go back there if I could help it. But then I knew he had to be there. I couldn't shake the feeling. I was convinced. I rose to my feet, got dressed, and left the building. Arriving at my destination, I gazed up at the building in all its austerity. It was here 1 week ago, with Towa. I was here. This mansion towering over me was once known as Euphoria. This was where we faced off against Sakaki and put an end to the madness. Or did we? either way. I was sure Towa had to be here. So in my resolve, I stepped forward. When I pressed a hand to the heavy door, it slowly opened, its rusty hinges creaking loudly. Then I walked inside. It was still bright outside, and light streaming into the building through the windows. When I looked at the clown staircase, memories flashed through my mind. The sight of Sakaki falling, his blood-curdling scream. I shook my head to chase them away. Right now, I needed to focus in finding Towa. Still with trepidation, I carefully searched the entire first floor. Then I climbed the stairs at the center and searched the second floor. And when that proved fruitless, I moved out to the third floor. So far, no signs of life anywhere. As I climbed the stairs to the fourth floor, I was starting to think maybe Towa wasn't actually here. At the top of the stairs, the steel door came into view. That was the room where he regained all his lost memories. My heart began to race, and I started to feel a little suffocated. I grasped the handle and pulled. The door was very bit as heavy as it looked. Quickly, it slowly opened. Inside, I could see nothing but darkness. I turned my cell phone flashlight and headed inside. When I started to scan the area, however, I heard a faint sound. I turned the light in that direction. Just then, something struck me. I tried to turn around, but my vision went dark. The next thing I knew, I was lying on the floor. My head ached and my body was paralyzed. Gradually, my thoughts grew faster and faster until eventually it all drifted away. And so, despite my best efforts, I fell unconscious. When I opened my eyes, the headache made me wince. Blinking slowly, I glanced around to assess the situation. My vision was tired. At first, I thought it was a hallucination, but a moment later, I realized it was the color of the light. I found myself lying on the floor on my stomach. Then, finally, I remembered what had happened. Someone had attacked me from behind, and I had lost my consciousness. Once I convinced that I could move my arms and legs, I slowly pushed myself up. I cast another glance around. It was the red room. That heavy steel door. It was in the process of opening. I was in the process of opening it when I was jumped. I heard a rusted close by and looked over. Hold on. A woman I didn't recognize was smiling at me, bathed in scarlet light. No, it wasn't a woman. The individual silently gazing at me was Towa. Why had I mistaken him for a woman at first? Because his body language was so very different. Hold on. Thought his clothes, body type, and hair were all entirely unchanged. For some reason, he felt softer and more fragile. The only thing he retained from his old demeanor was a hint of volatility. That, and he wasn't wearing his eye patch. I could see his closed eyelid peeking out through the gash of his hair. I questioned him sharply, attempted to locate the reason for the change. Smiling, he walked over at me and silently extending a hand. His fingertips brushed my cheek. The way he's speaking. His breathy voice made my heart race. I'm in danger. That was my gut reaction.
お前がいると思ったからだ。
そう嬉しい。
Met with his affectionate gaze, I found myself wondering, who are you and what have you done with Towa? Towa will never speak in this breathy voice. Was this some kind of act? An act. The word brought certain memories to mind. Memories of Towa pretending to be Maya for Sakaki. Don't tell me. As my mind raced, I realized I could no longer avert my eyes. Almost as though I was entranced. It's not safe. I need to get out of here. And yet I was brought to the spot.
来てくれて嬉しい。嬉しいよ。嬉しい。
Repeated the words over and over, he slowly leaned in. I need to run. Now. Hurry. But my body refused to cooperate. Closing my eyes was the most I could manage. Oh yeah, kiss part. I felt something soft against my lips. I don't know if it's going to be a short kiss or not. Hold on. Followed by something warm and wet. I opened my eyes to find Towa's mere inch away. And the moment we made eye contact, I realized I was doomed. Okay, I think it's just a short kiss then. I will never escape.
待ってた。
I can show a bit more of what's coming, because it's kind of important, but after that... As for what happened after that, I couldn't remember much. I felt like a puppet on the strings. Fully conscious, and yet my body did as Towa commanded. I couldn't oppose him. At his request, I brought him to one of my apartments. As soon as we walked in, he kissed me deeply, and we stepped to the bedroom. Got that in the thought of passion, we couldn't even bother to remove our clothes. There is an important thing that I need to show. Hold on. Let me censor for the time being, just in case, but there is one part in here. It's very important. The old Towa never looked at me like that. Who was this vibrant, seductive creature? There was a hint of childlike innocence in his demeanor that I found strangely bewitching. Yay! As he whispered, he pulled his shirt up. I took one look at his chest and gasped. His skin was covered with thousands of new scars. At this point, it was hard to find an antagonist spot. He murmured, entranced. Then, with a distant smile, he hopped off me. So remember that one part earlier on this route when he was starting to remember, and the first thing he did when he was looking at himself in the mirror, and he knew he looked like Maya, but he was like, I'm my own self, and he started hurting himself. Oh, hold on, can I replay this? Can I replay this? That's the feminine way to refer to yourself.
俺はトワだよ。
And this is the way Towa usually refers to himself. No, it didn't sound right. Once, on the outside, yes, he was still the same man, but that breathy voice was not the Towa I knew. It more closely resembled his imitation of Maya back in the mansion. Was this the real Maya? It couldn't be. Had he actually turned into Maya? This is not Towa whatsoever. He's been very proactive, to say somehow. So in my PvP now, Maya or Towa? Whatever your hearts prefer. Oops. This is not though, like at all. And he has way more scars, but I cannot, like, not put the sensor. But he has way more than the ones we saw earlier. Way more scars. Any part that can show? Not really. Any faces? This is one, I guess, and I can uncensor this. Bro. That's not... I'm so glad. I was hoping you will find me. Thank you for doing this. I knew it wasn't really Towa talking. This was Maya's powers of persuasion at work. And I still couldn't snap myself out of it. This temptation could surely lead me to my own ruin, and I had succumbed to it nonetheless. This was ready to happen right from the moment I found him back in the mansion. I never had any hope of escaping. It's way too honest. Well, it's whatever. Reading heavily, I waited. I think they are done. I look back at him. Okay. He rolled onto his back and reached in my direction, smiling softly. His cold, clammy fingers caught my cheek.
これでもう私はあなたのもの。あなたは私のもの。 本当に嬉しい。
Entranced by his seductive eyes, I found myself unable to look away. It was too late for me now. I had fallen under his spell. Even if I tried to resist, he would win me over with his charm. Somehow he was able to erase all of my negative emotions. And when he looked at me in the eyes and begged, I couldn't possibly say no. Besides, the man I saw before me was still Towa, so I couldn't just abandon him.
ずっと一緒にいて。
ああ。
With no other answers available to me, I closed my eyes. Then I heard him inhale slightly. A trembling whisper came out. Instantly, the blood in my veins ran cold. That wasn't Maya. Was that the real Towa? If so, then I really couldn't leave him. Not after everyone else did. Surrendering all my anger and grief and regret, I held him tightly in my arms. To me, it didn't matter if it was him or her. If only you weren't Towa, maybe there would be hope for me. But if it's what you desire, then I'll stay with you until I breathe my last. There it is! It's so bad! It's so bad! He's still there somewhere. He's still trying to fight Maya by cutting himself as much as he can to reclaim his body, his consciousness. But Maya is too strong. It's so bad! It's a very good song, but oh my god. The fact that all of those cards is him trying to win against her. But she's too strong. And he can't. But he's still there and he's still trying. It's so bad. He looks so fucked up. He's in the worst condition he has ever been. I'm gonna look at the sheet out of curiosity, yeah. If you look up the things that happened during the No Safe for Work scene, you can see all the other cards he has. He has so many! Everywhere! Like, he was hurting himself so much. His legs, holy fuck, yeah! Like, everywhere! It's so bad. It's the bad ending of this game. And when he says the soft help me, I lost it so bad. It's one of those places. I'm going to assume there were a lot of, broken things all around the mansion. So probably he was the same way he was slamming his head against the mirror. That, but with whatever he could find at reach. It's so bad. It's so bad. What an ending. What an ending, am I right? In the end, Maya wins. Alright, yeah. Thankfully there is the good ending left. But oh my god. It's interesting though. Yeah. It's so much. Becomes helpless again. Yeah. And for your information, I will share this, all of this in another stream, talking about more stuff of the game. But there are designs of how this version of Towa would dress. There are multiple designs of this specific Towa, Maya Towa, on the artbook. They didn't make it into the final cut, but they thought probably of giving it some more shine, I suppose. His worst version, Madame Eva. He punished himself, yeah. Okay, so let's go for the good ending now. This looks so bad. Loud, yes. Okay, agree.
ポジティブ。ああ。
One more chance.
そう。
Let us repeat it once again. Say nothing. With you back home, we can start over from scratch. Positive.
ポジティブ。
Yes, it all starts from this moment. Precisely, it's a fresh start. Change for the better.
そう。榊。
The city will be reborn. Only you have the power to transform it. Say nothing. Maya.
マヤ。
人の心はとてもやわくて一握りの砂のようなものなの。
人の心はとてもやわくて一握りの砂のようなものなの。だから触れる時には気をつけなければいけない。そう私は新たなマヤになる。
おお、マヤだ。間違いなくマヤだ。
そう何もかも私に委ねればいい。だからもっと話して。
ああ、そうだなマヤ。
あ私は俺は
あ、どうしたマヤ。何か問題か。
私はトワ。
トワ、お前はユーフォリアだ。
どうした。 マヤ。
そうだ、俺は大丈夫。
ならよかった。
身動きが取れないからこれじゃあ何もできない。
ああ、そうか。そうだな。
Takaki rushed over to me, tried the gun for the knife, then used it to cut the ropes within my arms. So hold on. Starting to melt. Let me put the fan. Once I was freed, I gingerly rubbed the marks the ropes had left on my wrist.
マヤ、これを。
He used his free hand to dig around his jacket pocket. Slowly, he pulled something out. It was a pocket watch, but while it resembled the one in my room, its color was different. A pocket watch as red as blood. He hummed, presenting it to me as if offering up a priceless treasure. The cover swung open to reveal a hourglass. The sun inside shifted faintly, with Sakaki's movements.
これはお前がいつも身につけていたものだ。この日のために俺がずっと持っていた。さあ、受け取ってくれ。
I reached out and gently grasped the pocket watch.
ずっと持っていてくれた。
I smiled softly, and his face lit up with joy. But then, the smile vanished from my face. I charged forward and kicked him in the gut with all my strength. He dropped the knife and fell to his knees. Wordlessly, I danced the red pocket watch by the chain right in front of his eyes. He rose to his feet and reached for the watch. Reflexively, I held it up over my head.
マヤになんかならねえよ。
I spied quietly, then flung the watch as hard as I could. It disappeared down the stairs and into the darkness. Sakaki ran after it. Hold on. And in doing so, tripped and fell down the stairs. There was a dull thud, and then all fell silent, as if time itself has stopped. Before the last of my strength gave out, I dashed over to Fujieda. He moved away from the staircase and let out a heavy sigh.
なかなか圧巻の演技だったぞ。
そりゃ 息子だからな。
だが
He chuckled as he gazed at me.
普段のだらしないお前の方が俺には魅力的だ。
At this, I smiled in spite of myself.
言ってろ。
Then we put an arm around each other's shoulders.
撃たれた怪我は平気か。
そっちこそ。
今のところはまだ動ける。帰ろう。
He spoke calmly as he returned his gaze to me. I held eye contact with him for a moment, then nodded and looked away.
そうだな。
I watched you with my own two eyes. You aren't your mother's property. You reclaimed your pain and overcame it. You are strong. And now I realize that the strength was what drew me to you. We have the same scars. We support each other. Looking back, I'm truly fortunate to have met you. After that, Fujieda and I met up with Taco and Ray at the entrance of District A, and together we went back to the clinic for medical treatment. For a while, I couldn't sit up straight, but after a few days of treatment, I recovered. Oi. I pushed myself up from the sofa. My body ached all over, but at last I could still walk. After spending the past few days cooped up in my apartment, I wanted some fresh air. I switched off the TV, rose to my feet, and pulled on my coat. And now, we visit every place.
Yo.
Towa? Hey, how are you feeling? Decent.
気をつけろよ。
Ocha, well, I know you were out of commissions for a while there. Don't push yourself too hard now. I won't. I'm not gonna ask you what happened back there. At least not yet. But once you feel ready to talk about it, I hope you will. Got it. Apparently both Sakaki-san and Tono have gone missing. At this rate, Takase Togumi is done for. And who knows what will happen to Shinkomi. But regardless, I planned to turn myself in.
そう思う。
Regardless of my reasons, fact is I was an accomplice in a crime. So I gotta do my time and start over from square one. I apologize for all the trouble I have caused you too. I couldn't have made it this far without you, Taco.
ありがとう。
Thanks, that really means a lot to me. All this time I was scared of you getting hurt, so instead I figured you were better off not knowing anything at all. But you were stronger than that. You remembered your past, overcame it, and then you came back. It's clear to me now. You just aren't the same little kid you used to be.
まあ、
Well, obviously, but I couldn't have done it alone. Turns out there is value in connecting with people. I just could never see it.
何がだ？
What do you mean? What I mean is, I wouldn't be standing here today without every single person in my life. What? I'm amazed that you just said that. Now that I can see for myself, you have actually overcome it. I can't describe how relieved I am. One of these days, we could all grab a bite to eat together. Sounds good.
またな、とは。
Anyway, I gotta get going. See you. That was so cute.
どうも。
Towa-san, is that you?
よ
Arimura, you don't look happy to see me. Don't be silly, I was just wondering if you are feeling okay now. Yeah, I'm okay.
そうですか。
I see. To be honest, Towa-san, I don't really like you.
あ
I know.
あ
But I don't despise you either. I do dislike your laziness, your immorality, and your apathy. But I dislike those traits all the more because I know I might like you otherwise. Oh. Something about you made me want to tell you that. Something's different now. Your aura, I guess. It's hard to describe, but for some reason you have become more approachable.
よし
Well then, would you wanna be friends? I take back what I said. I clearly I'm delusional. But I sincerely believe your overall vibe has
そ
changed.
れじゃあ
Anyway, I will go in now. Shopping street.
Ara, Towa.
My Towa, I heard you got hurt. Are you doing alright?
Ah.
Yeah. I swear, every other day you are getting injured or hospitalized. You are freaking all of us out. So try to give it a rest, could you?
そうだな
You're right, I will try. Oh my god, you agreed? What happened to you? Trust me, it's a long story. Not that we are on the subject. You are normally such a gloomy little rain cloud, but today you are looking bright and sunny. Am I? Yeah, did something good happen for you?
ま
Why? You could say that, I guess. Well, let's hear it then, sis. Did you finally get a real boyfriend or something? Maybe?
まさか
Wait, what do you mean maybe? I was joking, but am I actually right? I don't know. Well, oh my god, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. You can bet on
そ
it.
れじゃ
Oh crap, I gotta run. See you later, Towa. These things are so good. Emoto Park.
Towa.
Towa, are you sure you should be on your feet?
あ
Yeah, I'm mostly recovered. Oh well, alright then. Just don't overexert yourself, hear me? I won't.
私ね
When we were at Sakaki-san's condo, I was so furious at myself for failing to keep you safe. If only I could have defended you. You never would have ended up with all those injuries. God, I'm so sorry. It's all in the past. Besides, it wouldn't have deterred Sakaki. He could have simply tried again later. Something major happened after that, didn't it? I'm honestly so glad that you and Fujieda-san made it back in one piece.
それで
How are you doing? Me, well, I'm not sure what will become of my debt. Like, what will happen to the entire Takasha Togumi. I still hate my deadbeat dad, but he's my dad, you know? I'm gonna try to talk it out with him. If you need help, just say the word.
トワ
Right, thanks. Taku told me he's gonna turn himself in since he was an accomplice and all of that. I'm not planning to stop him though. I will just wait until he gets out. And if he wants to be a doctor again, then I will do everything I can to help.
そうだな
Sounds good. I'm gonna work hard. That way one day we can all go off together like we used to. But you have to help me, got it?
あ
Got it. Thanks.
またね
Anyway, see you later. Kokinoko Brits. Hey! Hello. I'm impressed you managed to find me. As a reward, I will tell you the reason why I came to this town. We are getting the lore! Finally!
へえ
Can say I'm not interested, that's for sure. So what brings me here, you ask?
あの
Broccoli love, let's go. My rival is here. rival. He gathers information at lightning speed, pops all over the place and tricks everyone with his cheerleader smile. His name is AG. AG? That AG? Yes, I spotted him on a social media site and got curious, but the more I chased after him, the more infuriated I became. I want so badly to have a tight grip of the flow of information, just like he does. So I followed him to this town and gathered a ton of info.
なるほど
What, you were just copying him? Have you told to him since you got here? No, if I tried, I probably couldn't get a single word out. I would be too nervous. Well, there you have it. Cool. Useless information, I suppose. If A is not here, then I have no reason to be here.
それは
Wait, you are saying A is not here?
じゃあ
Goodbye.
おい
A. We got the lore. Oh, what? Sorry. I clicked the video with the music. And thus ends the broccoli saga. Yep. Listen, my desktop is a hot mess, okay? I only have one screen. It's a very big screen, but I only have one screen when I'm on this computer, okay? Kagoite Street.
Towa.
Oh, hi Towa. I know, right? I heard you got up pretty bad. You okay?
あ
Yeah, that's good to hear. The city sure is a mess these days, huh? The Takasa Togumi got attacked and people went missing. So much has happened and everyone is in and abroad. It makes me feel like maybe this is the end of an era for Shinkoumi. I don't know what will happen after that. Maybe the town will turn over a new leaf. Whatever happens, I think it will be for the better. Hopefully. You know, Towa, you have changed. Your whole vibe's different from before. I can tell something must have happened to you. Yeah. Whatever it was, it feels like it was something positive. Ultimately, yeah, I would say so. I'm glad it happened. Well then, I'm happy for you. I hope something similar happens for me too.
それじゃあ
Anyway, I gotta go. See you again, Towa. I think what it is. That was Papa sneezing. Anyways, what makes Shinkomi what it is? I mean, her business. It was in the heart, on District A. It was in the center of it. So I'm going to assume she had way more power that she left. That we know. I mean, she was close enough to, have a kid with the boss of the city, basically. So I couldn't be surprised if she was able to manipulate way more people, to have a bigger grip on the whole city. And the moment she died, they abandoned the whole of District A,
トワさん
basically.
よ
Hey Garashi, I hear you were out of commission. Are you feeling better now? Yeah, for the most part. Gotcha, well, that's a relief, man. Everything's such a mess lately, I can't make heads or tail of it. The headquarters got attacked, and they say that the legendary Madarame-san was behind it, and some claimed Kotaro-san and Mayu-san were helping him, and now Sakaki-san and Tono-san are missing. I just don't even know what to do anymore.
な
You could always leave the Yakuza life for good. Walk with the gang? Yeah,
無理っす
I can do that. This is my dear gig. Being in the Yakuza. So everybody tells me I'm not cut out for the work, but that doesn't mean I should just give up. But then again, it's hard to say if this town will stay intact, much less the gang. If you don't want to beat the gang, then why don't you take charge? What? Me take charge of the gang? Yeah. No, that's impossible. But impossible or not, all I can do is my best, right? So that's what I will do. My goal is to be a sentity sweet badass Jax. He has seen too many movies and and too many series. My baby boy, you cannot be a Yakuza. I think you could get there one of these days. You mean it? Oh man, I feel so motivated. I'm gonna do it, bro. But if you don't mind, Towa-san, I would appreciate if you will still let me cry on your shoulder from time to time. Sure thing. Thank you so much. See you. This one. He has such a strong puppy energy. He cannot be bad. He's the only good on that gang, I swear. Welcome to Towa-kun. Is route open for business already? Isn't it a little early? Indeed, I intend to open early tonight. Not Towa-kun, I hear you got injured. Are you feeling better? Yeah. Good, I'm glad to hear it. I hear several people have gone missing after the latest attack to Takasato headquarters. And there was that bombing at the law office a while ago too. This town really feels like it's about to implode on itself. For sure. Ever hear of the cycle of destruction and regeneration? I think Shinkomi might actually be in the midst of that process. It's undergoing a metamorphosis. But it will always be a melting pot bringing with folks from all different walks of life. The chaos will get smoothed out, but never fully eradicated, because that's what Shinkomi is at its core. Forgive me, I have done a lot of thinking since I saw the news this morning.
No.
Boss, how long have you lived here in this town? Oh, since the early days after it was first created. The high point, in other words. Did you run roast the whole time, or did you have other jobs? It's not often you ask so many questions, Towa-kun. The answer is, it's a secret. Life's more fun with a little mystery, don't you think? It stimulates the imagination. Mate, that's suggestive. Well, I'm about to open up shop. Care for a drink?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good. Very well. Then I shall see you later, Towa-kun. Very good character. Oh, it's you. Did you close up early today? Yep, didn't get many customers. Did you wanna buy something? Nah. Looks like the Takasato gummies are Seed Creek, but then again, they were done from the moment Ryojiro went off his rocket. Back in my day, the girls who came to vent to me all had at least a single glimmer of hope in their eyes. But over the past few years, those eyes stand dead and soulless. That's when I knew we were truly done for.
No.
You have lived here from day one, right? Sure have. Was there a reason you never moved away? At the end of the day, I love this town too much to leave it. For better or for worse, I can't help but appreciate all its chaos. I can relate. Can't you? This might be the first time we have ever agreed on something. I'll give it a rest. So you wanna buy something or what? If so, I will leave the register open for a few more minutes.
Yeah.
Nah, not today. Alright then, come by again sometime. Otto, why is that you? I heard you were bedridden for your injuries. Are you sure you should be on your feet? It's fine. Oh well, alright then. You know, rumor has it Sakaki-san and Tono-san went missing after the attack on the Takasato office. So like, what's gonna happen to our town? Feels like something big is gonna happen that will change everything. After the years spent living under the Takasato Gumi's fist, I can't imagine how everything is going to work without them. Will I even fit in anymore? I'm scared. Hard to say. But all the time, why does he keep coughing, man? But at the same time, I don't especially want to leave. So despite all my complaints, I guess I love this town. Anyway, yeah, I'm staying put. What about you, Towa? I'm not leaving. Gotcha. That said, I'm not opposed to learning more about the outside world. I can't believe you, of all people, just say that. Did something happen to you? It's a long story. I guess it's not just the town either. The residents are going to change too, but that's life, right? Nothing ever stays the same. And besides, I like these changes you have made. Anyway, I have got somewhere else to be. See you later, Towa. Go to the street.
Towa.
To all the characters, including the one you don't like. Hey Maju. There is a lot I want to talk about, but I don't have time right now. Sorry, Towa. Go away. No. Were you there at the time? What time? When Kotaro called Madarame. Oh yeah, I was there. You knew Madarame was back in town? Yeah, but I was told not to tell anybody. Personally, I don't care either way, but Kotaro and Eiji chose him, so... I did so many messages. Except Eiji went poof partway through. Madame-san always has to be so dramatic. It's funny. That's why I like him. What are your plans now? I don't know, Madame-san is gone now, and so are Sakaki-san and Tono-san. And now Kotaro is saying he will leave the city, so I think I might go with him. Gotcha. I never care about this city or the Takasato Gumi, but I really like you, Towa. It's fun to hang out with a total nutcase. Anyway, take care, Towa. Yeah, Towa, no. Have some decency. No. City ruins. Oh, if it isn't Towa. Hey, Kotaro. Sorry, but I'm kinda in a rush. I wanna ask you something. Is it about Madame-san? You were the one who called him, weren't you? Yeah, sure was. Did you guys stay in touch the whole time, even after he vanished? Yeah, I guess you could say that. All the three of you? I don't know about Eiji, since he disappeared partway through, and Madarame-san is out after the Takasato Gumi went belly up. At this point, I'm starting to think maybe I'm done with this town. Maybe I will say my goodbyes. Is Mayu going with you? Hard to say. If I ask him to, he will probably tag along. Total beat-brained that he is. Meh, whatever. Anyway, that's the story. See you on the flip side, Towa. See you. And now, we go back. When I returned to my apartment, Fujieda was there. Apparently, he had arrived ahead of me.
体調はまあまあそうか
I sat down on the sofa and lit a cigarette. He sat down in the chairs across from me. As I exhaled a puff of smoke, he watched it float past. Then his gaze drifted down to the floor. A long, contemplative silence followed. Then he spoke. His eyes were still fixed on his feet.
マヤの日記を探すために榊が所有している部屋を回ってみようと思っている。
At this, I started up in my seat and crushed my cigarette in the ashtray.
一緒に行くか。
ああ。でもお前こそいいのか。
Is this the last cigarette? Maybe.
何がだ？
お前の目的はもう。
From the start, he had set up to track down his missing sister and learn what happened to her. This was something he had already accomplished. He had no reason to tag along with me. He smiled weakly and closed his eyes.
ここまで来たら俺も最後まで知りたいんだ。
そうか。
Personally, I wasn't gonna try to stop him. Joder, ¿por qué no para de toser? Why does he keep coughing like this? Please stop. Following the incident at Maya's mansion, I was plagued with a deep feeling of emptiness. And I suspected Fujieda had felt the same. It was the count that came after the storm, after losing everything. Would this feeling gradually fade over time? Just then I heard a knock at the door. I expected whoever it was to burst in, but they didn't, so I rose to my feet and walked over. We haven't seen this face in a while.
はじめまして。
Standing at my door was a woman I didn't recognize. He wore a black suit and carried herself with perfect poise. Her expression was firm as she looked at me.
どちら様？
突然すみません。小早川に頼まれて届け物を。
小早川？
I frowned. The name didn't sound familiar.
エイジといえばわかりますよね。
エイジか。
The mystery woman nodded and pulled a stack of plastic cards from her jacket pocket.
こちらを。
カード。
As far as I could tell, they were all keycards.
確かに届けました。私はこれで。
で、あんたは誰なんだ？
I called to stop her before she could rush off. She turned back to face me.
井上リサと申します。小早川に代わってこの町の担当になりました。
担当？何の担当だ？
小早川も私も警視庁特別捜査官です。
Chan chan chan! There is even more info about him still coming out. She spoke in a perfectly matter-of-fact tone of voice, then bowed and headed for the elevator. I closed the door and turned back to face Fujieda, who had risen to his feet.
話は聞いていた。エイジは警視庁の人間だったのか。
みたいだな。
I gazed down at the stack of keycards. I had already told him everything Eiji said to me in the car after the incident with the knockout gas.
それは？
エイジからの届け物らしい。
Reached out to take them. Just then my phone buzzed on the coffee table. I walked over, picked it up and checked the screen. The caller was listed as unknown, but I had an idea of who it might be, so I picked up.
あ、トワさん、お久しぶりです。
Eiji's face appeared on the screen.
エイジ？
At the sound of the familiar voice, Fujieda appeared over my shoulder at my phone. Eiji saw him and smiled gleefully.
藤枝さんも一緒なんですね。お久しぶりです。
まさかお前が捜査官だったとはな。
それを知ってるってことは、リサさんから僕のプレゼントを受け取ったってことですね。
このカードキーの束か？
はい、そうです。榊さんが所有してた部屋のキーなんで、頑張って回ってみてください。
お前が車の中で話していたことは嘘だったのか？
え？新興味が好きだって話ですか？全然嘘じゃないですよ。
He looked almost offended at the thought.
もともと本土って新興味をすっごく潰したがってたじゃないですか。 な担当になるのを嫌がるんですよ。僕はほら新興味大好きっ子なので真っ先に手を挙げたんですけど。
本土はお前から情報を得ることで新興味を潰す機会を伺っていたんだろう。それでよかったのか。
逆転の発想ですよ。本土にはほどほどの情報を流して新興味を守ろうと思ったんです。でもそれもあとちょっとのところで成就ならずでした。いやー本当に残念だな。トワさんがマヤさんになるなんて、こんなに面白いことはもう二度と起こらないだろうって思ったのに。
お前。
Fujieda ground under his breath, glaring into the camera at Eiji.
まあ怒らないでくださいよ。榊さんの計画は失敗しちゃいましたし、もう全部終わりですから。新興味のバランスは崩れました。僕が好きだった危うい均衡は消えてなくなる。とても残念ではありますけど、最後にトワさんがマヤさんを演じたところを見られただけでもよかったです。
Why do you have a bomb in your hand? Why are you saying? Why do you have a bomb right now?
あの演技は本当に素晴らしかった。
Eiji beamed in satisfaction.
いい感じで、僕は退散します。これから上の人たちにこってり怒られるターンに入るんで、もう会うことはないでしょう。
Emotional support bomb. Maybe.
今まで楽しい時間をありがとうございました。
With a deep bow, he ended the call. Fujieda and I both stood there in stunned silence. Then, after a moment, he sighed. His expression was one of a bitter defeat.
結局俺たちは道化を演じてたってことなのか。
途中まではな。けど
I paused and looked at him.
最後は俺たちを操る糸を引きちぎって舞台を台無しにしてやったんだ。意趣返しとしては最高だろ。
そうかもな。
He averted his gaze with a tiny smile. Until the very end, we got info about Eiji. I think everyone at this point could understand why a lot of people in the fandom really like Eiji. The keycard Lisa passed along from Eiji, it had the building name and apartment number written on them. Together, Fujieda and I decided to explore them one by one. Most of them didn't contain anything noteworthy. Finally, we were down to a single black keycard. This was the only one that wasn't labeled with a building name or number. But when I looked at it, it brought to mind a specific room. The locked door in the third floor of Maya's mansion. I distinctly remember it because it didn't have a keyhole. When I told Fujieda about it, he agreed to come with me to Maya's mansion to test my theory. The sun was setting on the horizon as the two of us walked into the deathmatch area. An actual kitsune. The thing is, he has the same eye structure as those characters that are meant to be fox-like, trickster-like. So yeah, he is. When we arrived at the mansion, it looked just the same as always. Slowly, I opened the door and walked inside. For a split second, my mind replaced the sign of Sakaki's falling. Officially, he was missing, which meant they haven't found his body. Maybe Eiji quietly disposed of it. We cut across the second floor to the staircase. Up we went to the second floor, then the third, careful to avoid the holes in the crowning walkway. At last, we arrived at the door with no keyhole.
この部屋か。
Nodding, I examined the door. I could see what looked like a card reader nearby. Experimentally, I held up the black keycard. Then I heard the whir of the electronic lock, so I put a hand to the door and pushed. With a sheer creak, it opened. Instead, the room was so flawless it felt like it had been transported to a different building, almost as though someone actively lived here. On second thought, someone probably did, and that someone was Sakaki. The furnishings were weathered but perfectly clean. All photos and newspaper clippings covered the far wall. The photos were all the same woman, Maya. As for the clippings, they all reference murder cases that happened within Shinkomi. Fujieda walked up to the bookcase and began to pore through everything on the shelves. I moved next to him, grabbed a notebook, and leafing through it. Inside was a list of names written by hand. Clients, maybe? The list continued all the way to the final page. Nothing special remarkable about it.
Towa.
At the sound of my name, I looked up. Fujieda was holding several books in his hands, staring at a single point on the bookshelf. I followed his gaze. There I could see a single black box, a miniature safe. He attempted to open it. It was locked, but there was a keypad right next to the lock. I put in some numbers at random.
開かないな。
暗証番号か。自分の誕生日は
知らない。
知らないのか。いや、待てよ。
He seemed to remember something because he flipped open one of the books in his hands. It looked like an old photo album. The vinyl had gone yellow with age, and I could see photos of Maya inside. Sorry, hold on. Bro, no, now it's the end of the game. For a moment, I felt faintly dizzy, but nothing more than that. I took a deep breath, then lowered my gaze to the old photos.
あった。これだ。
Fujieda flipped through, then stopped and pointed at one specific picture.
この写真。
It was a photo of a wrinkled newborn baby, whose eyes weren't even open yet. It was warped up in pristine white cloth. I could almost picture it crying loudly. Suddenly, I shuddered.
これはお前だな。
わからない。
I forced the words out harshly. Beneath the photo was an inscription.
3月7日、14時47分。おそらくお前が生まれた日付と時間だ。
I was a loss of words. I felt no anger, no sadness, no joy. I just stood there and trembled. Gently, he rubbed my back.
入力してみよう。
As he spoke, he slowly pressed the buttons on the keypad. Zero 3, 07. After a small electronic beep, the safe door audibly unlocked. I stared at it, stunned. Fujieda glanced at me, then opened the safe. Inside was a... Hold on, I will tell them to shut up. Inside was a rusty old journal. My hair lit up into my throat. Suddenly, Fujieda picked up the journal and offered it to me. Burdened by his quiet gaze, I took it. My heart began to race up as I flipped it open. Written inside were records of violence and murders. The author, Maya, listed every atrocity they had ever committed, all in a detached clinical tone.
ここに書かれていることが全て本当ならば、大事件なんてものじゃ済まないな。
Fujieda muttered with a hard look on his face. In contrast, my heartbeat had slowed, and I felt calm again. Supposedly, these were crimes my own mother had committed, but they didn't feel relevant to me. Then, partway through, she started talking about my cats here and there. Apparently, I had a lot more clients than the 3 Sakaki Silents. About 2/3 of the way through the diary, the entries died out, and the rest of the pages were blank. Blankly, I flipped through them. Then I caught sight of something written near the end, but I was going too fast, and I overshot it. Hold on, let me mute again. I don't want to interrupt this scene later, so let me mute for a bit. I'm so sorry. Oh boy, good luck unmuting. I will probably cut this on the bot, I think. Hold microphone and hold head out of the window. I don't think that's going to be a good idea. I'm pretty sure the wind is going to be kind of strong for anything to pick up. Also, how am I supposed to read so far away from the screen? How do you expect me to read that so far away? Sounds solid to me. Sure. You're the screen too. Do you have an idea of how big this screen is? I will probably fall down the window the same way Maya fell down those stairs. I don't want that. Going to the gym is not going to make me be able to hold a screen for a long period of time in a steady way. Okay, okay, let's continue. I think it should be okay now. I think. I flicked backwards through the diary until I found it, and the instant I laid eyes on what was written there, a giant mass of emotions swelled up in my throat, overtaking me completely. The diary fell from my hands, and I collapsed. Fujieda hastily caught me. As the book lay open on the floor, carefully stripped onto its pages. Every now and then, I think to myself, I'm broken. I can't love anyone or feel affection. I'm all alone, and I hate it. But I can't suppress the cold, dark urges I feel inside. I can kill the monster that lurks within. I'm powerless. So this is the only way I know how to live. If I could have killed that monster, would I have learned to love? Could I have been better mother to my son? I love him very much. At least, I think I do. As far as I'm aware, I give him my everything, but I just don't understand. I can't make it work. No matter how hard I try, I can't get through to him. I am alone. That's fucking sad. It. Beautiful, yeah. When I said, I think near the beginning of the game, that by the end of it, you couldn't want anything bad to happen to Towa ever again, this is what I meant. Like, man. Maya is such a good character, and actually one of the ideas I had involved drawing her with a small Towa and probably a small Mei, which is something that I cannot work on a stream, but now I can! I can finally draw that idea. Yay! But yeah, that was an experience. Like, man, so many photos, so many. This has been a journey. Yeah, it really is. I will say it's the best written game they have released so far. Like, by a long shot. Also, this is so iconic within the fandom. This one is way lighter and simpler. Yeah. Dramatical Murder used to be my favorite, but then I played this and I like, this is way better. It's very neat, it is. It made me cry like a few times when playing it, and that moment when I had to stop after Towa attempted to off himself, like they handle very heavy topics, but they do it pretty well, I will say. Towa doesn't care about it, but the game takes care of the themes. Just because the character doesn't give a fuck doesn't mean overall you should not give a fuck, I guess. How to say it? I don't know. Like, I can imagine people that will see how Towa reacts and being like, so they actually don't care. But no, it's just Towa. Ingrained effects of it were shown here. It's very philosophical, interesting. Yeah. Seems to be a good person. The thing is, the death of his mother is what triggered him to start having this city life, because ultimately he can't forgive him for killing a human being, even though she made all that city stuff. It's still his mother, and is still a human being, and he can't forgive himself for that, and that's how it started. After that, the Takasatomi was functionally disbanded. We learned that Tono was assassinated by Sakaki, but Sakaki himself was still missing. Control of Shinkomi was temporarily shifted to the government, who promptly shut down all the casinos and hotel resorts facilities. But apparently another corporation had already volunteered to take the reins. Mayan's mansion was lost to a sinkhole and disappeared into the deep ocean. Apparently the sinkhole was caused by a mysterious explosion. Until the very end! He is there! They decided it was probably a gas leak. Now that the sun... that was the bomb he was having on his hand earlier. I just realized. Now that the sun had set on Takasato's communist tyrannical regime, it was a huge turn point for Shinkomi. Wait, 6 months later. I moved out of Murase's clinic's third floor apartment space and moved in with Fujieda. He had asked me to assist with his work, and I agreed. Technically, I didn't need to move in for that purpose, but he said it could be more efficient if I did, so I went with it. Then I walked into his 3-bedroom condo and realized the place was probably too big for just one occupant. Fujieda's fastidious nature was reflected in the spotless floor and counterspots. Hold on. And okay, I am free now. Out! And so I moved into one of the bedrooms. If I needed any of the other stuff, I could always swing by the clinic, so I didn't bother to bring anything. He told me I could use the other room for my art, but I didn't take him up on it. One last cigarette. We got one last cigarette. At this, I shook my head. After I finished my painting of Fujieda, the urge to paint never struck me again. I still like doing it, so I wasn't vehemently opposed or anything. But it wasn't as obsessed as I once was.
描きたくなったら描けばいい。理由はどうあれ、絵を描いたのはお前自身で、生み出された作品もお前のものだ。マヤとは関係ない。
When he said this to me, I didn't have an answer. He told me he was planning to continue his work as an attorney, but with his Yakuza ties on top of his bad reputation, it would take a lot of work to undo the damage. He knew this full well, of course, and told me he was planning to end the community's forgiveness by reaching out to those who were wronged by the Takasato Gumi or otherwise affected by the changes taking place in Shinkomi. He was going to help the citizens in ways only an attorney could, or so he explained. At his core, Fujieda was a good Samaritan, so I figured he wouldn't have too much trouble repairing the broken trust between himself and the populace. More importantly, now that we were living together, something had started to gnaw at me. I was still having nightmares. Just because I had gained closure didn't mean all the years of trauma were erased. The nightmares gave me insomnia and made me feel like shit. And I was worried that I was just another burden weighing Fujieda down.
それでも一緒に住む気か
I asked him this question not long after I moved in. He looked at me and said,
覚悟の上だとあの時に言っただろう
prepared.
先ほど言った通り過去を思い出すことで周りにも影響が出るかもしれませんですがそれはトワさんも覚悟の上でしょうそしてそれは私も同じです
I looked away and chuckled. After all this time, he was still as committed. And if he was that sure about it, then there wasn't much else I could say. As it turned out, he was even more compassionate than I had given him credit for. In which case, I figured maybe I could trust him. One day, about a month after we first started living together, Fujieda invited me to go for an early morning stroll at the beach. The late spring sun was already picking up over the horizon, its dazzling light glitting off the water. This beach trip was a spontaneous idea we had while talking. When I told him I had never set foot on the ocean, he decided he wanted to take me there. From my perspective, the ocean wasn't that exciting, but he had already started planning the excursion, so I couldn't say no. And so here we were. He explained that he wanted to visit during the early hours so it wouldn't be crowded. Down by the waves, the two of us walked side by side in our sandals. The faint sea breeze tickled my skin and hair as I passed. Squinting, I turned and looked at the direction of its destination.
海に入ってみたらどうだ
Fujieda spoke as he gazed at the horizon.
なんで
入ったことがないんだろ
まあでも別に入りたいとは
実は俺もない
He cut in quietly, and I looked at him. He was wearing a calm, peaceful smile.
俺も海に入ったことがないんだ
へえ
だから一緒に海へ来たいと思った俺とお前の初めての共同作業だ
その言い方
I burst out laughing.
一般的には違う状況で使うやつだろ
どう違う
とぼけてるのか
事実を述べたまでだ
He's so dense sometimes. Did he honestly not get it, or was he just pretending not to? Smiling, I kicked off my flip-flops. Then I stepped into the wet sand and walked towards the heavy waves. The water was a lot colder than I was expecting, but it kept going until I was ankle deep. Likewise, Fujieda stepped out of his shoes and followed after me.
やはり朝だからかまだ冷たいな
泳いだら心臓が止まる
かもな
For some reason, he then proceeded to dip his hand into the water and splash me. The spray of cold water tanned my clothes.
なんだよ
別に
First, I kicked the water at him as hard as I could. Shocked, he grinned and kicked the water back.
お前
I kicked the water back again. He started to dodge, then paused and scrutinated me.
こういうことをしたことがなかったんだ。俺もお前も。子供として当たり前の経験が俺たちにはない。だからこれから経験して積み上げていくんだ。
He smiled softly as he spoke.
俺とお前一緒にな。
バカバカしい。
Tío, no. I thought I went to try and play it off, but secretly I was smiling too.
けど
I turned back and saw him a mysterious grin. The first genuine smile from him.
しょうがないから付き合ってやるよ。
My emphasis landed on the last word as I kicked the water with all my might. We got it. A proper smile. A proper happy smile. How many times have you changed your profile picture? This was so cool, what the hell? I told you! When I say on stream, this game is legit good, even without the nursery for work scenes. I do really mean it! Like, 10 days stream. I'm glad I was able to put both endings together. Like when I say that I do play it for the plot and people is like, nah, no, I do. If the game is shit, why would I read it? I don't play it for the scenes, yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people got curious about those games for that content, but then you realize they have decent stories and characters, and you are like, the scenes are a nice plus, but I want to see what happened with the characters and the story. Like the whole reason why I played this game in like a month and a half when it first released is because I really wanted to know why Towa was like that, what happened to him, and all of that. To see the blonde when it's not time of tensor, yeah. That's why I really like Nitro Chiron. Please, more games. But don't take 8 years, I think. Like from Tokai no Nachi to, was it Sweet Ball or was it Lamento, the next one? I think it was a 1 or 2 years gap. From Dramatical Murder to Slow Damage, it was 8 years. Like, please, don't be fuck up that big again. I mean, they did release a small game to commemorate the 10th anniversary of the branch, I think, but it wasn't truly a game. It was like a collab funny game for the fan service, I suppose, in which you could see all the characters from the previous games interacting with each other, but not a true game. Longer, higher quality, yeah, but man, 8 years. Can I click now? Wait. The more time I spent with Fujieda, the more I learned. First, he wasn't as perfect as I thought he was. He was a terrible cook. The scrambled egg he made for breakfast the other day were dry and totally tasteless. Somehow I managed to make better tasting French toast, and I have never cooked it all my life. Even he was surprised. Maybe I learned some things over the years of eating rice cooking. Second, my view of the world have completely changed. No more trippy colors. Not in the attitude sense, the literal sense. The world around me, specifically the colors, look distinctly different now. In the past, certain things could appear intensely bright and garish, but now everything looked normal. The first time I noticed it, I thought something was wrong with my eye. To me, the freaky colors were normal. But when I asked the other people about it, I realized that it was actually the other way around. A flat wall with no depth. I was going to need some time to get used to it, but it didn't seem hard. Once my vision problem was corrected, I stopped seeing people's smoke too. As a result, I stopped performing euphoric episodes on people. Finally, one more thing, the thing that surprised me the most. Remember that painting and Tajima's? That pitch blank painting added an eerie quality to the otherwise homely little snack shop. All this time I couldn't understand why the old lady would hang it up there. But one day Fujieda and I stopped by. And when I looked up at the wall, I noticed something different. I was expecting a dark, shadowy painting, but what I saw was a beautiful ephemeral light.
ばあさん、なんだい。この絵変えたのか。
At this, she scoffed dubiously.
何言ってんだ。もうずっと前から変えてないよ。大切な絵だからね。
この絵はどうしてここに？
もらったんだよ。昔ね、よくここに来る子がいたんだ。その子はキャバクラの新人かなんかで食うに困ってる様子でね、ちょっと世話してやってたんだよ。それが全然来なくなっちゃってね、どうしてるのかと思ってたら、10年以上経ってからまた店に来たんだよ。その時にこの絵を置いてったんだ。綺麗だけどどこか寂しそうな子だったね。
そうか。ありがとう。
I always saw the painting as shadowy, but in reality it wasn't at all. Now that my vision had cleared, I could see things for how they truly were. The painting was soft, pastel watercolor. For a while I stood there, taking it in. How did I miss this before? Then I remembered. This painting. It was the one I begged my mother to buy me when I was little. She had brought me it to a small art gallery, and for some reason this particular painting captivated me. As I stared at it, she asked me in a soft voice, "Do you like this painting?" I nodded, and she bought it for me. This was quite possibly the moment that inspired me to paint my own paintings. But I never saw this particular painting again. I didn't remember ever seeing it hanging on the wall, and eventually I forgot about it entirely. Apparently, it ended up here. I stared at it, entranced. It was so beautiful. I couldn't think of any other way to describe it. Then, finally, as I gazed at the painting, something welled up deep in my chest. It spread through my body like water through cloth. It wasn't sad, and yet tears streamed down my cheeks. Quietly, I wondered, was the sky always that bright? For the first time in my life, I was seeing everything in its true colors. This was reality. I was alive. And for the first time in my life, I cherished it. I almost cried then. I can't cry in a stream. No. The first time I played, I cried so much there. The interrogation music. Congratulations. You have finished slow damage. Is that the third one? Yep. When you clear a game from them with all the endings without skipping any... It's not whiskey. Without skipping any of the credits, you get a final congratulations screen. And this is why I was going through all the endings one by one, so by the end of all, we could get this. And please, like, each one has the colors of each of the boys. Everyone is here. It's such a sweet ending. And now, the home screen is like this. No more eerie music. It's silence. Everything is clear now. It's over now. So this is why I couldn't play on my save on my other computer. This is the final part. We had officially finished the game and showed everything. This was something again until the very end. The game doesn't stop with the details. It was done with so much care. Almost sad that is, yeah. And you can see there all of his paintings. I'm going to assume this is going to play those scenes, so no, but yeah. So much extra work for them, yeah, for shadowing from the very beginning. The painting was all black. It was the painting and at Tajima's. It was the same. And now that everything is clear, we can finally see it. From the very beginning, it was right in front of our eyes. It's so cool, man. This game is so worth. Even if people think like, nah, you only play for the not safe for work scenes or whatever, blah blah blah. You play for the blood. No, it's a legit very good game. So on with Fujieda, right? I'm pretty sure this is his place at Taku's. Like, I'm pretty sure it's the same, yeah. And I'm pretty sure if I click here, this is extra step deep web. This is the developer notes. Whenever you finish the game and you get all the credits and the final CG, you can see the notes of all the people that was involved creating the game. And they usually include not only funny notes and a thank you for playing it, but also some extra art, or in this case some extra info about some characters. I won't play it. You gotta pay and play it again and get through that. That's paid content. You ain't getting that. But yeah, that was a slow damage. Thanks for staying the whole playthrough. That took so long. But we are finally, officially done. Hope for introducing this. That was the reason why I started streaming it. Because I want more people to say how legit this game is so good. Has been very enjoyable. I'm glad. I hope more people eventually give it a check. Aside from, you know, those scenes. It has very good characters and a very good story. So yeah, I guess I don't want to change the usual stream to just chat about the game. I will see what I do, but I planned to do a stream in which I just talk about the game and I show some art from the art book. Because we got, for example, to see how May looks when she was at Euphoria, but on the art book there is a sketch of how Towa would dress too and stuff like that. So yeah, and share more memes. True. Okay, never would have given this a try otherwise. I think, yeah, the thing is, due to the kind of game that it is, most people is stand down for it, especially the male audience. But it's such a shame, man. Okay, anyways, I need to open the windows because I'm melting down. See you on a stream whenever it happens. I don't know if it will be on here, on the purple platform. But I will do one sharing all the memes and stuff. Okay. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming. Bye.